Hello everyone and welcome back for another Red Dead Redemption 2 online tutorial in 2021. This week we will cover a trader role and all its essentials. Of course, after covering all the essentials, we will run through all cosmetics and we will review it in the later part of this video. Right now we are reviewing all unlocks through level 1 to 20, and we already saw that as soon as you reach level 4 you will be able to buy stew pot. Mentioned pot is very essential because there are many daily challenges revolving around creating Cripps' special stew, and really it's one of the easiest, so you will earn easy gold just by purchasing the stew pot. Now, when you progress to level 6, you will be able to buy medium delivery wagon. That is essential and you have to buy it. It does cost $500, but this role is all about deliveries, so the bigger delivery wagon you have, the more money you will earn from selling your merchandise. We also saw at level 8 you will be able to buy weapon locker, but you can skip it in the early stages of trader role and buy it when you have some spare money because it will be very useful to store unnecessary weapon. And trust me, there will be plenty of guns and rifles you will use just a couple of times and store it and literally never come back to them. So it will be useful in the future, but in the beginning you can skip it. Of course, after you become established trader, you will want to buy large delivery wagon, which is another essential. And one thing above all, to be successful trader, you need hunting wagon, and this wagon will really make your life a lot easier as established trader. Now, we're about to see how much gold we need to become traders. As you see, 15 gold bars. The same amount of gold you need to become collector and bounty hunter as well. Also, we can see price of each essential item for trader role. Now, if you remember my advice from Ultimate Beginner Guide, you will remember that all roles will be on sale from time to time, and the same goes for trader role. So take advantage of the sale and save some money for other roles or weapons or anything else you prefer. But if you pay the maximum price, you will need $3,350 to buy each and every important item for traders. Another thing we saw while we were skimming through important items were camp team for traders and also outfit for our friend Cripps. Now, how about we go straight to the point? What we all do as traders. Deliveries. This role really is simple and straightforward. You need to bring materials to Cripps and he needs 2 minutes to create one good. Which brings us to calculations once again. How much time do we need to fill full large wagon? 200 minutes. Simple. So, besides the time we need to fill it, we also need to do a couple more things to make this happen. Besides obvious need to bring materials to Cripps every now and then, you also need to do a resupply for every 25 goods created by Cripps. There are of course two ways to do so. One simple way is just to order supplies. It costs $20 and they arrive in 10 minutes real time. But if you decide to save money and do resupply on your own, you can do it and actually get more materials. Between 5 and 20 depends on the resupply mission you get from Cripps. Those resupply missions are not hard at all, and actually they are pretty entertaining, and you need a couple of minutes, no more than 5, maybe 7 if it's really a long distance to drive, but it's really good to do them because you save money, especially early on when you need even those 20. But of course, when you level up, you will most probably never do it, or actually will do it when it's on the daily challenge menu. Now, since I mentioned daily challenges, besides these mentioned regarding resupply missions, there are also a couple more of them. The easiest ones are those related to carcasses, as in how many perfect carcasses or large animal carcasses, medium animal carcasses, or even just plain amount of items delivered to Cripps. All of these challenges sound easy, and indeed they are really. So if you do your daily cycle, I would highly recommend doing all of these trader daily challenges because they need the least amount of time compared to what they bring to you. Now, before mentioning the main challenge in Trader Role, let's backtrack a bit and recalculate our time needed to have our large delivery wagon ready for the delivery. Now, we know Cripps needs 200 minutes. That's just about 3 hours, but we also need to add time needed to do resupply missions. So let's say you need between 5 and 7 minutes if you do all of them by yourself. Or if you do 3 of them and one you just order. You need about 4 hours between two large delivery wagons ready for the delivery. This will be an important part of calculation of your daily routine. If you do spend 4 hours daily, you will have one large delivery wagon ready. But if you are limited with time, as I am, you will have maybe one delivery every 2 days. Now, you would think that the trader is boring and there is no challenges. Well, that is not true. On screen, you can see why you need your friends around or just random people called to do the delivery with you. You can see that the delivery of a friend of mine was attacked by an opponent's posse, and although they were stronger in numbers, well, we outgunned them and won this battle and actually sold the delivery without any problems. But if you try to deliver a long distance delivery all by yourself, you may end up attacked and your goods will be stolen. But I also have a piece of advice for you here if you end up in the situation I mentioned, outnumbered and outgunned. Just stall as much as you can, of course, if they didn't take your delivery wagon. And just before time runs out, reset your computer or leave your session, and your delivery will be back at the butcher stable ready to be sold again. By stalling, you will make your attackers well gain nothing, and you will have your delivery ready to be sold again. Of course, sometimes you will be attacked by cheaters and you will have no chance. So, as soon as you find out that you were attacked by cheater or modder, just leave your session and go back to your camp where your delivery waits for you to have another try to sell it. Now, what about the stealing of the wagon itself? Some people say it's griefing. I strongly disagree on this one. It was meant to happen. The creators made Trader Roll with this way of playing it. So, after all, this is a Wild West simulation, and don't tell me there were no hijacking of goods in the good old Wild West. And this way of playing this role actually makes it pretty interesting. Of course, if you don't want to be attacked, just sell local delivery and you will only be attacked by NPCs. You will lose a bit of dollars, but you will have no stress. It might even sound unpopular, but I like the trader role maybe the most just because of this option to have a lot of your friends around and to fight against bosses, real people, not NPCs only, which is actually the case with all the other roles. That's why trader role is, well, unique to some degree. Now you can see I joined my friend's posse and we tried to hijack the delivery of some random posse he encountered, but we failed unfortunately. Nevertheless, we had the most fun just by trying to take this wagon from this posse. Although we were outnumbered, this time we were also outgunned and were unable to, well, take the delivery wagon and get just goods because when you steal a wagon, you don't earn money in the way you would when you sell your own wagon or you sell it with a friend who has delivery ready. But you have an option to fill your Cripps' butcher stable if you have no materials or you're running low on them. The difference between selling with your friends and stealing with your friends is that the stealing part is only filling the camp, actually the butcher stable of the leader of the posse, while the selling pays out in a way I've already mentioned. The seller gets 100% for himself, and all other posse members get half of it, half of the experience, half of money, but still it's really worth your time because you did nothing and you just joined to your friends and earned what, about $300. Really time well spent. Of course, only lacking of trader role is it lacks gold in payout, but in all honesty, if there were gold also, it would be, well, most popular and probably the only role played in the game. So I think that actually Rockstar did good by not allowing us to get gold from selling your trader wagons. Now, there is only just one more thing worth of mentioning for all the traders around. It is, of course, Traders Event, the trade route. In my opinion, by far the best event in the game happens 2 times a day and happens every day at the same time. The first trade route, the morning route, happens at 6:22 a.m. UTC time, and the evening one happens at 7:52 p.m. UTC time. Of course, you can recalculate it according your own time zone, of course. And there is just one more thing worth of mentioning, and I found this information online which says that trade route happens every 6 hours. And in all honesty, while I was playing RDO pretty intensively, I've never managed to find any at 6 hours mark. Now, why this event is the best, as I said a couple of seconds ago? Well, simple. It saves you a lot of time when you play it because you can get up to 18 goods for your butcher's table. Now you can save up to 36 minutes just by playing trade route, and also you will save materials which can be used for production of other goods needed to make your large delivery wagon happen as soon as possible. So playing trade route is really a must for all traders. And on top of all that, you also get dollars and gold. Yeah, you heard me well, gold in trader role. The only way to get it is to play Trader's event, and you get up to 0.24 gold bars, which is really nice payout for approximately 10 minutes of your playing time. Now, for those of you who want to know about dollars payout, it's up to $50. And this really is not a reason to play trade route. In my personal opinion, that's the last thing to be considered if you want to play the trade route. With this, I've given you all important information for traders and the trader role itself. All the other things I will tell you are related to other roles that are in close relationship with trader role. The first thing for you to know is that you need to level up to fifth level of trader role to be able to become moonshiner. It is really worth your time, and moonshiner role is a really good role for passive income of dollars. But the biggest improvement of trader role actually came with naturalist role. In all honesty, I would find naturalist role obsolete if there were no trader role before it. The payouts in a naturalist role are ridiculously low and actually are time consuming, and if there were no wilderness camp introduced with naturalist role, this role would actually be pointless and I would never play it. Maybe because of the gypsy cob, but this video is not about naturalist role, it will have its own. And with this, there is nothing more to add regarding trader role. I've covered all important aspects and I will now let you see all the cosmetics if you're interested in them, and also will let you listen to some appropriate Wild West style music. Thank you for your time, enjoy the rest of the video and see you in the next one. Cheers!